Oh, wait. It's me, but there's more. Oh. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Okay, it's Chase to see haze as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey, man. Say, man. This the boy, dude. Don't act like you don't know who I am. AKA your favorite rapper. On sports track.
Holy shit. That is literally an orange. What off-brand energy drink you got going on here? Just saying. Ooh, wow, I'm a whore right now. But what you... Oh, woo, woo, woo.
Damn, too much brand pound.
Overly woke people piss me off more than anything in the world. You play with my bitch.
They have no blacks. What is wrong with that, bro?
Wow!
That was on my list. Because I sure was going to hit you with the grand rise in my system.
All you hear is Michael's mother in the background. Michael, hang on that damn phone!
I'm getting ripped tonight. It says, man, fuck this shit. And walk off. Not only did he walk off, it was a dog. He kicked the shit out the dog. Why he kicked the dog, bro?
Somebody! Oh, call the doctor! Oh my god. Hey, how we doing? Doing good? Is the volume not up? Can you not hear me? Oh.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
You look a little nervous or unsettled.
A piece of a lash fell off and I was trying to do it in under 30 seconds and I did. So, yeah. Just trying to.
Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job.
Turn to the left real quick. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. That nigga neck is showing, y'all.
That nigga neck is
showing. That's a separation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No more turtle in the turtle club. Okay? Welcome to the Vault with Chase and Duke. I'm your girl, Chase. It's Haze, no matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey, man. Say, man. It's your boy, Duke, your favorite fat person.
Today, as you can tell by the title, we talking about Black sitcoms and what do we learn from it. Before we jump into that, I'd like to bring a special somebody to this motherfucker, somebody that everybody knows and loves, somebody who makes every character serious down to the fucking socks. None other than Shea Butter Baby.
I'm the only one up here.
Yeah, nigga, this is a threesome. The fuck you thought it was going
I
on?
did not. I thought it was an orgy. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
Thought we was running trains in this bitch.
I could never run a train on somebody.
Either way, I'm all right.
I could never run a train on somebody. Like, just the thought process of doing that sounds nasty as fuck. A man or a woman, it just sounds nasty as fuck to run a train on a person, because if you ain't first, if I ain't first, I don't need to do it. I got after booty juice. That's nasty. That's every person is after juice, and the person who goes last, whoa, whoa,
They ain't nothing left.
ain't nothing there. There's sweat dripping
Done.
everywhere. It's nasty.
Done.
Anyways, so this topic was brought to you by ChatGPT. Because I could not think today. I'm very foggy in the brain. Um, you want to do an orgy over a threesome?
Me?
No, Mo said. Hi Mo, hi Margie. Um, yeah. That's the last person's just happy to be there, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, I couldn't think. So I was like, oh, millennial podcast, mixed gender thought process, 30 to 40. And this is one of the topics. And I was like, I like this. And the only reason why I thought about it because not Mo, what's this boy's name? Damn it! Mendu. Okay. Black people are yelling in my house right now. There's like 5 people yelling in my house in the background. I can't think. There's a lot of negativism happening right now. Anyways, um, Duke had brought up, what was it 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you had asked me the top 5 black female comic stars or something like that,
Sitcom,
and
black women.
sitcom, right? And so, and you had brought up Laura Winslow, and I was like, fuck that bitch. And so I was like, oh, this is good because you don't really get the breakdown of each comic or sitcom, you know what I'm saying, that we watch. We kind of just go, oh, the show is just this, and that's it. But we need to have a real life breakdown for each one. Now, this could be including sitcoms or regular black people show. I don't know, nor give a damn. It's just for the title.
I'm with it.
I'm here.
Okay. So the first thing that came to my brain was Good Times. Okay. Now, Good Times, as we all know, show, I believe, based in the 70s in Chicago, where you had James the father, Florida the mother. You had 3 kids, James Jr., Thelma, James Jr., and Michael, who was the baby. And they lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in the high-rising project. So now we know the basis of it. What did we actually learn about that show? Because family just don't make us everything. Okay, so take backs of the Good Times.
I'm be honest with you. I didn't watch Good Times like that. I seen episodes of Good Times, and I think I don't know. It to me watching it was one of the only shows that I can say that was like it was some real niggas in there. Like it wasn't like I feel like this is what I mean by that, right? I feel like when it comes to sitcoms, right, they try to bring knowledge of the black family together, right? But they always do it in a way where it's like for instance, like you have a black family, but the parents have really good jobs and shit. So like there's no struggle or nothing like that. It's just other shit. Or it would be showing the black family, but it's never like authentic. I feel like you said, them living the way they was living, stuff like that. The daddy didn't have a great job. The mama was a homemaker, but she was doing the best she could with with what they had. So I thought it was a good look on the black family. I wish I got more into it like I should have, I guess, at my age. But I mean, I sat well with it, to be honest with you. Like the Cosby, I like the Cosbys, but like them niggas was spoiled.
We'll get to that. Shay, what do you did you
So
watch
I couldn't connect with the Cosbys.
Like Duke, I saw a couple episodes. It wasn't my go-to. It wasn't I didn't sit down, oh my shit coming on. That wasn't me with Good Times. As far as the struggle in the show, to piggyback on what Duke said, I feel like it did it more back then as far as like showing the structure of struggle with black families than it does now in today's sitcoms. So I wish they would kind of go back to that way of doing things, but not make it so ghettofied. Does that make sense? Like I feel like they really feel like they have to like show you like most obscene worst of a black life instead of just making it like a realistic. I mean, I know some of this really, people was doing crack in the back stuff that's real, but it ain't always got to be like that. It could be like it was with Good Times.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Good Times, as a person who TV Land was on in my house. Okay. So for a person who grew up like watching something that wasn't for my time specifically, right? Good Times overall was a really good show. It showed the diversity of a black family, the ins and outs of it, the things that happen within a black family, without it, whatever may have you. I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty bullshit of this damn show, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that happened in there that I'm just like, we got some questions, okay? James was very much so a loving, providing father, but the motherfucker was a misogynistic asshole, okay, sometimes, all right? So, like, there was a time when Florida did get a job, and she was out there going and making some money for the family. James hated the fact that she was making money and she was being notarized for it. And he was like, nah, you need to stay your ass home. I don't like this shit. This shit ain't cool. Nigga, y'all is broke. The fuck is y'all talking about? Right? Then there was times where James had buku opportunities to make better money, but because he either would have had to like leave the family for maybe 2-3 times a day, or like he would have to work long and stringy hours. Florida was like, no, James, I just can't do it. You can't, like, once again, y'all niggas is broke. Like, what are we talking about right now? You feel what I'm saying? Then JJ was the goofiest ass motherfucking kid, right? But JJ made the most sense through the whole show. Like, granted, most of his stuff was like, obviously he's dramatized and all this other stuff. But like, JJ was the smartest thought process person in the whole show over certain situations, but they would never listen to him because he dynamite. Like, of course, you want to take nobody seriously who's screaming that shit out of nowhere, ADDH ass, right? But then the niggas started painting. They never took his niggas painting ever. For seasons, they didn't take this nigga's painting serious. Then one, like, dominant black person comes around and says, oh no, I love his paintings. I'd pay this much for it. Oh yeah, JJ, go ahead and paint because we gonna get some money. You mental acting ass niggas. Like, what? This nigga has been putting the groundwork in this whole time. And now because somebody want to give him money for it, now y'all care about it, right? Then you have Thelma. She's the only girl. So I guess that this is, you gotta do what you gotta do with only girl situations and everything like that. This bitch got married to a fucking football player. What happened to the football player? Nigga blew his knee or his ankle or tended out. Now they still more broke. Nigga, like, they was about to come up in money and the nigga got like kicked from the NFL fucking league and he still couldn't play. And then you had Michael, the little motherfucking black power radical, Mr. Little Michael X Jr. himself, right? And it's like, he was cool, but then at the same time, it's like, nigga, all you gotta do is walk in and be like, we black, we powerful. That's it. That's all Michael's lines. That was all of Michael's lines. Nobody cared about anything else. And then you had, what's that girl's name across the hall? Yolona, whatever her name is, who was Florida's best friend. Nosy ass bitch. She pop in the house, don't knock at all, whatsoever. What's up, family? And then she gets her daughter Penny because motherfucking Kim Fields' mama was burning her in the forehead with the iron. And then, Florida's like, hey, Walona, this is what happens with kids. This is what happens. Let me help you. Bitch, you had your kids. They all grown and living well and they doing fine. I don't need your help. Excuse me, ho? Like, now you getting mad at me for trying to help you with your kid who got burned in the forehead by her mama? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a lot of shit going on in that family. But more importantly, they never listened to the people who actually made sense. Florida didn't want James to make better money. James didn't want Florida to make better money. And what happens? When she finally lets James make better money, he has to leave the state and go down south. What happens? They call New Year's, blah, blah, blah. Your husband's dead. What? Like, it was I
It was
really
a lot.
it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. The nitty gritty is if the couple who actually did love each other and actually was for each other actually wanted to elevate and get up out the fucking projects or just make more money, if they actually did that, then they wouldn't have been in the situation they would have been, and James would have died. That's how I.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you think because of the time frame, it stopped them from doing certain things? Because back then, gender role was heavy. Back then. Now, I don't think it would have been like that now. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for instance, like Shay, for example, right? It's times where they like, you know what? Hey, babe, I'm going dashing. Okay, babe, I'm going to do dashing too. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with back then. I feel like him having his wife to work was like a slap in the face. Like, I'm not doing enough.
Well, yes, and that's what was said in one episode. But the thing about it is,
ego thing. I feel like it's definitely an ego thing.
Yeah, it's an ego thing. But if y'all are dead ass broke, my nigga, like, not for nothing, you have a 2-bedroom apartment. You and your husband, the one room is for one child is the girl, obviously, and you have your 2 sons who have been born and raised sleeping on a sofa pullout. Okay, this isn't something that they just like. This isn't like a show where they just moved in and like, oh God, thank goodness for your father's new job of making $10 an hour because we wouldn't have been able to get this apartment, right? And then they move in. They started this show when Michael was like, damn, like 8, 9 years old, maybe 10 or something like that. 10, 11 years old. They stopped the show when Michael was daggone near about to graduate high school. Them niggas are still sleeping on the couch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like they had buku years of like to elevate themselves to get somewhere. And like you're choosing not to. Like, and actually, like back then, like women were working too. Like it was the 70s. It wasn't like the 50s or something. Like it was 70s. Women was working too. What they were doing was probably being like nannies or, you know, homemakers somewhere else, or they were doing laundromat shit. Like they were like doing little stuff that like wasn't going to accumulate a lot of money, but it was going to help in some form. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like the mere fact of y'all is broke. You don't get to have pride when you broke. I'm sorry. You don't get to, like, obviously you can't go out there just doing anything and everything. But if every time y'all had a breakfast conversation and it's Florida on the stove making fucking oatmeal, somebody got to be this bitch making some money somewhere. Okay? It's getting crazy.
Like oatmeal.
It's getting crazy. All right. So something that you guys might have definitely watched, The Huxtables, or like Duke would call it, The Cosby Show. Okay. But anyway, right, so we have the Huxtable family of The Cosby Show or whatever. What did y'all actually learn from this show? And seeing how I just went on my rant, y'all go off. Think about the things you got from this show. It's like, this shit don't make no sense.
I ain't learned shit from the show, to be honest with you.
You're muted, baby.
My bad. I was mad because my family ain't like that. I got my ass whooped. They rarely got an ass whooped. I don't think they ever got an ass whooped. It was always punishment and threats and shit like that. Like, I ain't know that life. I was jealous.
Oh, because they got gentle parented in some way?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They got lectures and talk to.
I never experienced that.
Well, there was a good couple times where Claire went off the top. Okay. Claire was the bad parent. Not the bad parent. Claire was the bad cop. Because if y'all remember the saying, oh, so you going to go down to Baltimore to hang with the wretched. Right? Like, hey, you remember that episode? Y'all remember that episode?
I do.
Okay. When Vanessa went and she snuck her ass and drove her ass to a concert and they got stuck somewhere and everything. When Claire got home, she almost murdered Vanessa. Okay. Almost took that girl out. And I think that's the closest that we got to seeing a slap happen in the damn show.
It
Okay.
should have happened.
It should have.
It should have happened.
No, for sure. In that situation, that should have happened. But like, I think it was, you know how sometimes, well, I don't know about y'all. I would have rather just gotten a beating than to sit there and listen to my mother berate me, like
For
on some
sure.
real shit. Like it's like the beating is the beating, but the berating is like it takes so long to get to the beating part. Like they will yell at you for straight 25, 30 minutes about some shit and like talk about it over and over and over again and how this is their house and how da 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 and how they came up and all the things they had to go through just for you to be like da 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 da. And I ain't raised you to be da 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 da. And they get like in your face spitting and shit. You can't wipe it away. You can't do nothing. You can't like whatever because then that makes them more mad. Oh, you mad? I'm spitting in your face. I bet if you was sitting here doing your grade school da 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 da, then you wouldn't be mad. Like it's a whole thing for 30 something minutes. Nigga, whoop me and go about your business. Because then after the beating is done, you think it's over? Now you're hearing them in the house on the phone talking about how they just had to go through this shit with you. So it's like a never-ending thing. Like it's almost like a 3-hour beating with the actual like physical part happening for like 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Bro, just beat me and go about your business, dog. I'm fucking over it, G. I'm scared to go get water. I'm scared to go pee, nigga. Like, just stop. So, yeah.
I got both. So, it really didn't matter to me. Give me one or the other. But I always got both. But for me, the show, I'm going to be honest with you. The show reminded me of what I didn't have. Like, it reminded me what I didn't have. And seeing stuff like them getting yelled at, but not getting a whooping. They having their own rooms. Niggas eating hella sandwiches all the time. You know, I'm like, that's it's cool. Nigga had, best friends with stupid name named Roach and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really teach me nothing because I got nothing really from it. Like, but it was a good show. I liked it, but I can't say it taught me anything. I think it taught me that as a black person, you could be somebody. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I'm saying, okay, so the title is Black Sitcoms. Now, what did we learn?
You learn shit from it.
It's like, what decipher? Like, instead of taking it to surface level of what it is, think behind it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I remember how I was talking to you about with Lauren Winslow, and it was like, oh, it's just a young black boy who always had a crush on a girl, and if you do it enough, then you'll get the girl. But my response was like, nah, this was a fucking bitch who just kept toying with a nigga's feelings over and over and over and over again, and then was being fake as fuck when he turned into a leather wearing jacket ass nigga, and now you want him. Like, no, like that shit's mad fucking no. So it's like that. It's like, what's the behind?
Okay.
What's the behind? Pull the curtain apart.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of people might not like this. The show was the first time I realized that men don't get a fair shake in relationships.
Explain.
So in the show, Dr. Hustle, he, even though he did things, he also got blamed for a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So his wife blamed him quite a bit for certain things, or like if something happens, let's say for instance something happened with the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the wife found out about it. She would like kind of like put it on him about the situation. Well, if you knew about it first, just handle the situation. So then, okay, I'm gonna handle the situation. So when I handle the situation, you don't like the way I handle the situation, so I'm gonna handle the situation anyway. Like I've seen a couple of episodes like that. It's been times where like I think we talked about a long time ago, like niggas being comfortable. It's been times the niggas he ended up making him a good sandwich or something, and she come in there and ruin the man vibe with the sandwich. or he taking a good nap. And I always same thing with what's the one? God damn it, what's the damn one show? Married with Children. Only thing my dude want to do is sell shoes and sit on the couch and play with his nuts. But it's always something. It's always something.
We can get into that one next. We can get into that one. Shay, hold on. Let Shay up here because we can get into that one next.
Oh, remove the veil.
Yep, remove the veil.
I don't want to get canceled, but it taught me. Now looking back, I'm glad I wasn't no child actor. That's what it taught me.
They be going through shit.
They be going through, bro.
they be going.
That's what that shit taught me. It looked good on the show. But them motherfuckers going through behind the scenes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it taught me. Don't be no child actor. I'm glad my mama didn't put me in that Pampers commercial.
Okay. Now, what I say that I got from this show, right? Surface level, like dominating Black family, like it was like one of the first shows that we seen that they weren't downtrodden, they weren't broke, they had good money, they had good standards, like, you know, they had a lot of kids, they were living in a brownstone in New York, which is, you know, I think it was Queens specifically, so, you know, whatever. Behind that shit, let me go child by child, okay? Sandra existed. Like, she literally was like on the show, and then she wasn't, then she was on, then she wasn't, like, and she's the oldest. Like, at this point, she was already on her track on her way out the house. So, like, I understood why she didn't really have that much until she got married and then they had the twins. But, like, she just was a person. I don't even think Sandra was supposed to be on the show. And I think that's the reason why it was written like that. She really wasn't supposed to be on the show. So, like, she was supposed to be like we have an oldest child. Anyway, like that's why like she was supposed to be, and then but you know she ended up whatever. But she was very like fucking peculiar. I don't know how else to say that. Now, when we get to Denise was the fucking troublemaker of all them kids. Denise and Vanessa was the fucking troublemakers. But Denise was just always doing some real slick shit. Like, it's just like stupid. And then you just go off and get married to somebody. Now you move into Africa, and then you come back. Now you a stepmama, and now you move in your husband. And then you forget to sign for the housing. So now you and your new husband and his child now gotta live with you and your parents. Like, the bitch was just dumb. Like, she just was so absent-minded. Like, and then she went to college for 3 seconds. The bitch was fucking absent-minded as fuck. Like, she just, I don't know. And then Theo, I felt so bad for Theo the whole entire show. They made Theo mean like he was the dumbest, dirtiest, nastiest ass nigga known to man, and he couldn't do shit right with his life at all. They got his ass all the time in school. Like, even his teacher had to come to the house and have dinner with him, and still he was in nothing. He couldn't make up his mind, blah, blah. And like, I mean, Cliff was get in that nigga's ass all the time. And then come to find out he has dyslexia. They're like, oh, dyslexia, my son. Oh, well, you gotta be powerful. You gotta be better than this disease. Man, fuck y'all. Y'all literally sit me in my room all the time, talk shit about me all the time because of my grades, because of this, because of my friend Roach and all this other stuff. Like, you didn't appreciate shit that I did in this family. And then even when he became like a teacher and stuff like that, they still was playing my man. Nah, R.I.P. Then you had Vanessa. As soon as Vanessa could walk right, Vanessa said, I'm out in these streets, and these streets love me. Vanessa was the most streeted child out that whole entire house. Vanessa was always in them damn streets. She was always having some she had Dabness, who was fucking 6 or 8 years older than her. Nigga was damn near 40. Shorty just got in college, getting married and shit. What? Then that she had Robert in high school. The bitch was just always on niggas. She could never not have a nigga. Then you going down to Baltimore. Then you was getting drunk at 16. over your friend's house, having your sister come pick you up, then you stealing clothes out of your sister's closet and shit. Like Vanessa was literally the worst child out of the whole Huxtable clan. And then you have Rudy. Rudy was just like, Rudy was just the baby. She just always, was doing stuff. The problem I had with Rudy is that she had Bud as her friend. And Bud was cool, but Bud played her way too much. And like Rudy was like, "You not finna play with my head top, nigga. You either gonna say you like me, Stanley, or I'm gonna move on to another nigga." And that's what she did. She moved on to another nigga. Here comes Stanley coming around. I think women should do this. My brother Kevin, his bitch ass brother Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a whole bunch of shit going on. And then there's Cliff, and then there's fucking what was her Claire. First of all, how y'all both get together? Y'all both got C names. That's crazy. Second of all, all that nigga wanted to do was deliver babies and eat hoagies. That's all that nigga wanted to do. Deliver a baby and eat hoagies. And I seen Claire go to work. How many cases you won, Claire? How many cases did you win? She must have won a lot because Shorty was always at work. These niggas was at the house all the time. Cliff, I seen Claire at work a couple of times. Cliff was always delivering a damn baby. Like, what is going on?
He wasn't appreciated because the nigga worked from home because his office.
He did work. He was a hybrid doctor. He worked from home. His office was at home. Right. His office was at home because it's like one of those things. I think it was like one of those things where I appreciate because it's kind of like how my parents were. Right. You had off working schedules. So Claire's working in the daytime, like at her law firm, but then Cliff. In the daytime, if he wasn't delivering a baby, he was downstairs in like the second apartment that they could have had or rented out. He was downstairs holding his own. So someone was in the house all the time with the kids, pretty much. Like somebody was always in the house, which I thought was cool. Anyway, what was the show that you had said that we were talking about?
Oh, Married with Children.
Mm-hmm. I don't have too much to say about the show, okay? Except Kyle, was that his name? Kyle was a husband. Is it his name was Kyle, wasn't it?
Al.
What?
Al Bundy. What show are you talking about?
No, okay. Married with Children is Al Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about the show with Damon Wayans and Tisha Campbell. We were talking about a show. We were talking about the Huxtables, and you brought up another example.
Yeah, I said.
You said Married with Children.
Why would you bring up Married with Children for black sitcoms that we talking about?
Well, I didn't bring it up to talk about it. What I said was just like I was talking about the marriage. And I was like, just like the one show where Al Bundy was always trying to be comfortable, and he always got interrupted. The only thing he wanted to do was sell shoes and rub it on his nuts. And then you said we'll talk about the next.
Oh, never mind. So, did y'all watch Blackish?
Mm-mm.
A Different World?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot how old y'all are. Okay, so go ahead.
The disappointment, though. The disappointment.
No, it was a disappointment. I was like thinking in my head, like, what could y'all have watched if you watched stuff? Because y'all ain't watch a show that a lot of black people would have watched. So I'm trying to figure out what show would you have watched. So
I watched A Different World. I
watched
A Different World. Make me not want to have a girlfriend.
Why?
What you mean why? I mean, did you watch the show?
There's so many different relationships in A Different World. Therefore, you would have to.
The main one. This man always see this. All right.
Wayne and Whitley.
Hold on. Mm-hmm.
Did I watch the show?
See, this is my problem with the show. When you put your time, your effort, and your energy into people's, right? And then people's don't care about your time, your energy, and your effort. It's this whole back and forth. I feel like if you know somebody love you down to your socks, either you love them back or you leave them alone. All this back and forth, back and forth, back and no man should not have to chase a woman down at her wedding if you really love him. I would never marry somebody or get ready to marry somebody if I was deeply in love with somebody else. That's all I'm saying. So it made me feel like at any moment, somebody could change their mind. Somebody could change their mind. So I was always like, I don't really like it. I don't really like it. That's all I'm saying. I like the show. I just didn't like their relationship. Mm-hmm.
It made me want to go to college, but I didn't go. I wanted to experience the college life because of this show. I liked it. I like the fact that they had so much freedom. I don't know. I don't have a veil to reveal for this show. It was an on and off type of relationship with me. Let me just say this. If I would have knew that this was going to be the topic, I would have told you no. Because I was not a TV watcher like that as a youth. And if I did watch TV, I'm childish and I was watching cartoons. I wasn't really watching sitcom. Family Matters, yes, for sure. Living Single Martin. I can reveal some veils on them. For how it made me feel. What else? Living Single. Did I say that already? Okay, yeah. Damn, I didn't really watch that many. It wasn't that many. It wasn't that many for me. So I do apologize if I'm not engaging. No,
girl, this was literally like da 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 any which way. So it wasn't really no. I will say for A Different World. Them niggas is getting passed around more than collection plates. Okay. So I mean, and that's college. So that's like that to me makes sense. But if I was to look at the main characters of this whole thing, Wayne and Whitley, they both were just playing games, like both at the same time. Like it, because Dwayne like knew he kind of wanted her, but she had made it like that he was beneath her. So he moved on. So then when she seen, like he moved on, he about to go to a dance with another person. No, I'm gonna make my move so he can know that I'm here for it. All right, now we together. Then he acts how he acts because he is the way he is. I don't like it. So now I'm gonna try to be petty and do something different on him. It doesn't work. It backfires. Now I'm sitting here hurt. Now I gotta break up with you. Like it's like one of those things where it's the relationship where it was a tit for tat every single time. Every single time was a tit for tat instead of it just being a consistent relationship. Like both of y'all are being stupid for literally no reason. And just like what Duke was saying, like when Whitley was going to get married to, I think he said to Byron. My thing is like Whitley knew she didn't want to be with this man, and I don't even think they had dated that long before like they. She went to like he proposed and all the other stuff. Like you didn't want to be with this dude, like at all. And you're just choosing because one, is what your mother wanted, and two, because of status. That's really the only reason why she was gonna marry him, man. She didn't have no like really kept feelings for him or anything. And even when Dwayne came to her the night before the wedding, it was like, bro, stop playing with me. Like we can wrap this shit up and not even waste nobody's time tomorrow. You already knew you didn't want to get to that man. I would have been like, you know what? let's go in my robe and all because I know it. Instead of waiting till this big dramatic scene, but that has to happen. But I think like the whole show is in itself, I love the fact that it did have a lot of political things in there. I love the fact that it did have a lot of funny stuff in there. It was a good show. I don't think there's anything to unveil because they kind of kept it 100% like throughout the whole show. Now let's get into Living Single. So that's something that we can't talk about. Just very quickly, the only thing I got from this show is everybody can get ass. Okay? Everybody can get ass up and down the charts. What I loved the most about the show, and maybe it's just because I love me some Queen Latifah, but that bitch's hair was never, ever, ever unkept. It was on point, shiny, bouncing. The bitch had probably 45 different hair sponsors on this motherfucking show, as good as her hair was looking. The shit was soft and sheen, Pantene, Dax grease, Crown Royal grease down, okay? The motherfucker bounced, all right, all the time. No matter what hairstyle she had, she always looked good. And I love the fact that they didn't give her, because of how she looked, a stereotypical nigga that would have went for her because of how she looked. Like they gave her some fine niggas type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't really have anything behind that besides the fact that I feel like Sinclair and Overton really weren't that stupid and dumb. I feel like they just acted like that around their friends so that way they could feel more important. Like they give them the space. Like Overton and Sinclair to me was like, I have no problems in my life. My life is good. I don't know what the hell Sinclair did for work. Oh, she worked for Khadijah, but like regardless of the fact, she moved in with her cousin. She was paying pretty good cheap rent in a house of 4 or in a house of 3. She had a good little paying job or whatever she was doing. She early met this man and they got together. They were together basically the whole entire show. She has nothing to complain or worry about. Overton was the handyman. Loved being a handyman. Like he loved it. It was his thing. He met him, Little Sinclair. Happy the whole show. The most unproblematic people the entire show. All they did was sit back in the background. That's all they were with background people. And like the comedic relief from time to time. She was in theater. They had nothing. They had no problems. So I feel like they were the ones that kind of like gave them the push, or they were like the little instigators from time to time because they lived the best life. They had no problems. They got no issues. That was my thought process.
I love both of them. Those two are my favorite.
So Overton and Sinclair?
Yeah, I mean, because that was the only consistent relationship in the whole damn thing too.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's all right.
I'm gonna just say I feel like Sinclair and Overton showed us what autism looked like for the first time on TV. And I'm being honest. I love that they found each other, and it also makes me feel like younger watching that. It was like there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely showed me it was somebody for everybody. All walks of life. You can get a person. So I really like that. I love how they showed that Khadijah was like, it gave you and people who didn't know that females had masculine energy. She definitely was able to show that in the show, but also her feminine side. So I really like that.
Yeah, mind you.
But Max was my favorite fucking character. I love her. I loved her so much. Her attitude. And I liked how they had made her and Kyle not like each other at first, and then it turned into something else. So I really like that too. But all in all, it showed. It made me want a roommate. I wanted a roommate after watching this show. I thought it would be fun to live with somebody. But yeah, that's it.
Now I will say, what's her name? Kim Field's character's name.
She bougie. She was bougie. I didn't like her.
I will say she, like what you were saying, like she made me feel like this is the reason why I could never live with a person, because of somebody who like is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to say some shit over, because like in actuality the house was in Khadijah's name, Regine. The house was in Khadijah's name, right? Or the apartment, whatever may have you, was in Khadijah's name. They rented to like live there, right? And she always was having some shit to say about the house. Well, Max, why you always coming over here? Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, this isn't really your shit, to be honest with you. You feel what I'm saying? And then, like, she was always like, that bitch was if there was a womanizer, she was a mananizer. Okay? That bitch was running niggas. That bitch was running niggas top to, I mean, she was a proud hoe. Very proud. You know, and the only time she was ashamed of it is because when her mother came around. Like, and the fact that they had her real mother playing on there was crazy. But like, they had her mother come, like, until her mother came around. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's the only time that she was like on some. I'm a lady, bitch. You was out here popping pussy for dollars.
Oh,
Like, no, even though it wasn't on the pole swinging, but she was popping pussy for dollars. Whoever was the next nigga who had some money, she was like, I'm ready and open. She was like Shorty from the Golden Girls. Blanche, it was a Blanche. Like she was just ready to like doing what she needed to do. So I don't know. I love that everyone talked about all other characters but her because she was a fucking nuisance, bro. She wasn't like I guess you had to have like that one annoying character on the show to kind of like something. I don't know, but her beef with Max is out of control, and I only think behind curtains. If this was real people, the real reason why she had beef with Maxine is because Maxine was doing bad all by herself. Maxine lived on her own. Maxine had a very successful career. Maxine loved herself completely and utterly. Maxine didn't need a man to want for nothing. She was okay cooling it by herself. Max was what's that name? Kyle was just someone there. But she didn't need the nigga. And I think that's the reason why Regine, like in character wise, always had a problem with Max because she's just like, you bitch, like why can't I be that? That's why that bitch had like 45 different jobs. That bitch was always doing something that wasn't. Anyway, I don't even know how she paid rent. I don't know.
I was just about to say, what the hell was her job?
She worked 85 different jobs. Like, she was doing so much and getting money for niggas. Like I said, popping pussy. So like, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know. The show is crazy, but we did get some good peeps of future people like Khadijah's boyfriend. What was his name? Her long-term boyfriend that she left with. Oh, Scooter. Oh,
aka Black Light.
Okay, yes. Scooter make you scoot out the chair. Okay, Scooter. Woo! Scooter. Because he was like, there was one episode when he was trying to convince her to like come to a show. And she's like, I don't know, Scooter. And he's like, I'll do that thing with your toes. And she's like, okay. I'm like, well, what you doing with them toes, nigga? Tell me. But yeah. What's the other show you mentioned, Shay? Family Matters? Oh yeah. Fuck Laura. Fuck Laura, bro. Fuck her. What? Dude, what? What?
It's something about that damn Scooter, huh? Something about that Scooter. Yeah, but
I think that should have been my token of the type of nigga I like. But listen, you learn.
Let me tell you something.
Learning, bro.
For this is for any women out there in TV land, and once Duke decides that he want to dabble in a pool of love, if you like, Lord, sit your ass down. I don't want you. If you a Lord type chick, sit your ass down. I need me a Myra. You hear me? Give me a Myra. I want me. If you ain't a Myra, you ain't for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting it out there. Myra about her. It was about him. Even though her man wasn't about her, she was about her man. she was about her man.
And Judy ain't came back down them stairs. And Judy got lost. Okay.
If you ain't, I want a woman about me like Myra was about Steve.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
She ain't play about that man because she drove around in that 2-person car proud,
nigga.
Proud.
She couldn't put her feet up, but she was in that bit.
She loved that little apple car.
Because she
Okay.
loves him. Listen, when you really love somebody, you love them and with everything they have. It's this. I understand there's some shit about people that you don't like, but you're grown to love it. Prime example, right? I had an ex. Love her to death. But she had one of the little things on the ear.
She had a keloid.
And she had one little keloid, right? That keloid used to freak me out when we first got together. But because when I fell in love with her, it turned to my fidget toy. I used to flick it. I used to flick it and mess with it and turn it and stuff. And so I grow. What I'm trying to say is I grew to love everything about her. Just like she loved that man, so she loved that car. Most women wouldn't been caught in that goddamn car. Oh hell no, that's what you drive? No, I can't do it. Not her. Not her. That was real love. I don't know what the hell they got going on today. That was real love right there. Mm-hmm. That's it. But
The microphone's still being on. It's yes. Um, fuck Laura Winslow. This is the hashtag for today. Whew. Relax. I think yes, because Myra is the type of person that you would want in your corner. Like she stood 10 toes down about Steve, didn't play about Steve not one bit. Put Laura in check multiple times because of the toxic shit she was trying to say to Steve. She's like, girl, you may have got away with that 4 or 5 years ago, but not today. Myra's here, babe. Myra's here, right? But just the overall the show for me, behind the curtain scenes, um, the father can't think of his name. Carl. Carl. Carl never believed in his son, Eddie. Okay, and that right there pissed me off all the time. Anytime Eddie got into something, he lost all faith in her, all faith in him. If Laura would do some stupid shit or get into something, it was always end up being Eddie's fault. Or you gotta protect your sister, or he would go off on Laura too. We don't know what happened to Judy because she went up the stairs, never came back down. But the point is that he was always getting in Eddie's ass for like the stupidest stuff or the stuff that made sense, like that episode where Eddie got caught, black while driving, and because Carl's fucking blue-headed ass couldn't believe that a cop would do that to a black person, which is crazy to me because as a black person inside of like the CPD, like you would think you would know some shit, like you've seen some shit, you heard some shit, something, and you sitting here because you know this guy, oh, he would never do that, he would never do that, he would never da 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 da, and you was standing 10 toes down on it. Even when you went to go investigate and talk to the nigga, you was like, I know he was probably just, but did you? Like, nigga, believe you're a kid, bro. And then what made me more mad is when Eddie wanted to be a police officer. I said, nigga, what did we not learn here? What did we not learn? Like, I don't know. Also, I just thought it was like really, really weird that no one called Child Protective Services over Steve Urkel. Because why are you always at my house? There's no way, even though if you live next door, there's no way that you're coming in my house so comfortably. You're always at my house. You're always whatever. And you talk to me and you say, I'm like the dad that you have. Yo, daddy next door. What are you talking
he always
about?
said the parents didn't like him. He always said that.
Huh?
He always said the parents didn't like him.
Yeah. But like, my thing is, it's like, you're a police officer. Hello? Wellness check? Like, how?
They ain't like his ass. Remember the episode when he was hypnotized and it was like go back to your childhood, and in his brain he was being born, and they was pushing his ass back in there.
You see what I'm saying?
He said, "I see light." Okay, now, whoa, I get pushed back.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like child protective services need to be called. How are you a cop? You not doing your job protecting and serving? Like child protective services, Jerome. What are we not hearing right now? Why are your parents constantly gone? And they never put the Winslows as guardianship over this nigga at all. He was coming. He never stayed at their house, right? Every episode, how did it start? Hello, you coming? This is a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old child who was coming into a house because he was at home by himself.
Mm. You know, crazy fun fact is he was only supposed to be on the first episode.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Part.
He did such a good job.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But back on the Eddie thing, I think that when it comes to being a parent, right? Because I'm one, and I have little people, right? And I guess it's how my parents felt. But when you have a habit or / history of doing certain things, it's kind of like the little boy who cried wolf, I guess, in a sense. Like you can't. It's hard for you to believe everything. Like in that scene when Eddie was like telling him what was going on, and he really didn't believe him because Eddie have done shit in the past that didn't allow Carl to trust him.
And always not his fault. It was never his fault.
Right. So like my son, my oldest son, right? It was something happened at the house where him and his little sister got into it. And she called me. She was like, "Dad, he did this." All right, I talked to him. Oh, no, I didn't do it. Next day, something else happened. Hey, man, what happened? Oh, I didn't do it. All right. The third time, he didn't realize that, well, I kind of forgot, too, that I had cameras. I looked at the camera, and I seen everything he was doing. So then, when I told him about the cameras, he wanted to turn to the victim. Now I can't trust you no more. Because I was low-key believing you a little bit, because we never had no issues. But now that I see that you have lied to me, I can't trust you no more. So Eddie has lied to this niggas a lot. So when it comes to something serious, it's kind of hard for you to believe something said serious because you don't lie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get that. And yeah, besides this big epic fail of Eddie crashing a car into the house, and Waldo just breathed. I don't know what his character was on, but he just was breathing a lot. But I'll say this: like there was an episode where Laura went on a date with a guy, and the dude went out and he was like spreading rumors that they fucked, basically. Right? Remember? And then she found out or whatever. And so she went to go confront the dude, and like Eddie was like, "Hey, yo, don't talk about my sister this way, blah, blah, blah." Remember there was like a whole little jibber jabber scene or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like, because they didn't fight or nothing, but I feel like in a scene like that, if Eddie had to knock a nigga out so he knew how to close his mouth, right? And then Eddie got suspended because, he got into a fight, whatever. Carl still wouldn't have seen it as him protecting his sister. He would have seen it as Eddie just doing something bad. And then would have punished him for it, right? Later that night, went in his room and like, "Eddie, son, there's some things in life where you got to learn how to walk away. And I understand he was talking bad about your sister, but that doesn't give you the right to hit a person. But I'm proud of you for protecting your sister, blah, blah, blah. You know what, Eddie? You could go to homecoming now, but you still got to stay in your room for a week." It's that shit, bro. It's like that, because I feel like that's exactly what would have played out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna punish me for something that should be a given. I'm supposed to protect my sister, but you're gonna allow me to do the big thing, but you're still gonna punish me for doing something that was in automatic protection of my sister. Like, and I feel like that's what he did all the time to him. Like, because there's a difference. Like, first of all, Eddie acted his behind off in that scene. Like, he was like Like he didn't believe me. Like, you sit here like, Eddie, are you sure that's are you sure that's what happened, Eddie? I don't know, whatever. And then the mother was always just, I don't know. I don't know what the mom did, bro. She was just walking around the house asking questions and shit. I don't know what was going on with her. She just always asking questions.
I think the mama had a side nigga.
Shay, what you think?
And the sister knew.
There was a lot.
Rachel knew something. Rachel knew something. Because where that baby come from? Where that baby come from?
Y'all said a lot, and I agree with a lot. But I feel like Judy was the middle child, right? Or the baby. She was the baby.
She was the baby.
Judy was the baby.
Yeah. And she I think she didn't like none of them niggas. That's why we didn't see her a lot. She had her own thing going on. But Steve Urkel coming over there all the time. Yeah, I feel like that was a cry for help. He needed some serious therapy. He was bullied. He was a nerd. Well, I mean, he was smart. Being a nerd is cool now, but he was a nerd. And he just, he needed some love. And Laura was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She got on my nerves, a stupid bitch. Sorry. But yeah, I agree with everything y'all said. Yep.
Say your piece, girl. Talk about how much of a bitch that bitch is.
That's because you don't like her either. She was terrible, man. I used to be so mad. Cause I was like, he has potential. She could have molded him into whatever she wanted. He was so into her.
Listen, every woman can mold a man in. Jeez, I'm about to
Not true.
Oh, if that nigga like you, that nigga's gonna mold.
Not true.
It's true.
Not true.
Trust me. It's bitches out here I care less about.
If
that man like you, that man return to anything you want him to be. If he like you. Now, if he don't like you 100%, then that's some shit y'all got to work on. But if that nigga like you the way that nigga like Laura, you can mold that nigga.
It's like that trend that was happening on TikTok, right? When it was like when it was the black girl showing off their white boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
They first started dating, and now they look when they're dating, they went from like Richard to Richie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they like kind of just shaped where
about it.
Whatever.
Travis Kelce, when he was with that black girl, my boy had fades. My boy he was crisp. Now he walking around here with mustaches and comb overs.
I'm done.
You know why? Because the woman.
No, I'm not saying that. Like, I feel like that goes for both ways too. Like, I feel like sometimes it depends on who you're with. You kind of just start molding into the whatever. But I feel like Laura just, and it honestly could have been because they were so young. And you know how a person's just irritating to you when you're young. You're like, bro, get the fuck away from me, my nigga, please, right? But look at Tia, look at Sister, right? They never changed their motto when it came to Roger, right? Never. They despise, even though Tia didn't know Roger, Tia moved into the house. She was like, oh, hey. He's like, oh my God. Oh, there's two of you. Oh, I can't believe. Right then and there, Tia was like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay. This nigga is annoying. Okay. I got you, Tamara. Right? They was cool with this nigga. They stayed cool with Roger. Like, it was nothing but love. But when Roger was like doing too much, go home, nigga. Go home. You're doing way too much right now. We even when they got to college, they still was telling that nigga to go home. Niggas they were like, go home, because you're bothering us, right? But they never changed up how they felt about this nigga. It wasn't like one of the episodes, because I think one of the episodes, I feel like there was like a little teeny somebody for like 5 seconds, and they were like, ugh, never mind. Forget it. This is weird. They didn't make one of them like end up liking him, whatever. They constantly found him annoying. I feel like if they did the same thing with Laura, I think she constantly found this nigga annoying, I wouldn't have too much of a problem with her, right? But because you started liking this nigga, because she did before he changes to Stefan, and he was getting attention from other females or something like that, she was getting a little territorial with him. And then especially when he turned to Stefan, now she's like, oh, Stefan, what are you doing here with your leather coat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's the same nigga. Like, what are you talking about right now? That was the most annoying part. You feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a certain way, stay consistent with it. Like, don't switch up. And especially when Myra came along. Oh, that bitch would switch it up. Try to talk to this man.
You know, plus I never heard a young girl say they like funny niggas. I think funny niggas don't be a thing until you get older.
Because there's a difference between being like funny to being annoying. Like there's a clear difference. Like everyone's had like a class clown in their whatever grade they've been in, right? And there was a difference because the class clown was that a class clown, but there was some times where the nigga was just like, all right, bro, like shut up. Like chill out. Versus like a person who was just fun, like they just did funny stuff or they just said funny stuff, and it was just like, oh yeah, don't think you funny as fuck, like you cool, you know what I'm saying? But when you had the class clown, it was like because they would make something, they would take it and then take it 20 times more than they needed to. Like they didn't need like, all right, G, like I'm not poking you. All right, shit, like it's not like it's funny 1-2 times. It's not funny no more after the second time. So I think that's the difference for me. Is how I seen it. Like I loved funny dudes growing up, but if you did too much, I'm like, all right, you're getting annoying. So yeah. Right. The funny nigga, I'm always gonna go to the funny nigga. What do you say, bro? Roger and Tia had a thing. Tamara got jealous. Right. Okay. I thought so. There was like a little some, but then they were like, you know what? Don't got a good taste in my mouth. I'm all set. I'm all good. But yeah. But we should do this next time. Obviously, be more pre-planned about it. Sorry about that. My brain has been haven't been feeling the best. So yeah. Anyways, this is the Vote with Chase Duke. Shay, yeah, tell the people where you from, girl.
Hey everybody. It's your girl Unpopular Stoner, aka Shay Butter Baby. You can find me on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, on YouTube at my show Ain't No Book to This Shit. You guys see me on TikTok at Unpopular Stoner, or my couples page, my husband, Shay and Samani. And that's it.
That's it. That's it. Hey, man. Say, man. This your boy Duke. Your favorite fat person is me, because I'm fat and I'm a person. You catch me every every Sunday and Tuesday on the Popcorn You Read podcast, 1/150 the podcast. If you add 1K to 5, the word by the math is right. Also, part-time sometimes, whenever times on Ain't No Book to This Shit with Shea Butter Baby on Wednesdays, and always here every Thursday with my co-host, Don't Call Her Beautiful because she gorgeous, Missy Hayes. And coming up next Thursday, I will be dropping my book, The Adventures of Little Big Man. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. Get it on Amazon. It's a nice little read about being brave. And on the back of the book, hold on. On the back of the book somewhere, in the back part of the book, there's even a little coloring book. Got a little coloring book in the back of the book for people in the back of the book. Color in the back of the book because the book in the back.
I'm over here just a talking. My bad.
But yeah, it's your girl Chase. He hates matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth. You can find me on Instagram at Candy Taste Sweet because your man said I do. And you can find me on TikTok at c.hayes, INC, and I go live on my backup page, which is Candy Taste Sweet. Also recently just hit finally $10,000. I wish 10,000 followers on TikTok. It's been a long time coming, but you know, I finally got the drive to push and want to do something when they sell to people. But whatever, you know, we finally got somewhere doing whatever. Also, if you guys like reading books just like Duke, Whispers in the Wire by Ash Blackwood, $15 on Amazon. Please buy it. Someone I know wrote it and it's really, really good. So please, whenever you have the time to have that added to your cart, make sure you put Adventures of Little Big Man first. Whispers in the Wire, total them together. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening and being here and participating in the comments. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Yeah. Oh, okay, there you go. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Get home safe. All right, go ahead, dude.
Oh, love yourself. Most importantly, please love others. It's something in my goddamn eye.